Here the Watchman presents The Future of America with Mike Kerr. Isaiah 21:6 says, "For thus the Lord said unto me, Go, set a watchman, let him declare what he sees." Today, Mike Kerr and his fellow watchmen discuss current events through a biblical lens and how these events affect us, the future of America, and the world we live in.
Good evening, everybody. This is Mike Kerr, and this is the evening news on the future of America, where we talk about today's headlines in approximately 8 minutes or less. Just to give you an overview of what's going on and what's happening out there, give you food for thought, I do need to let you know that anything that I say is my own personal opinion and does not reflect the opinions of any of the material that I take from other news sources, except when it comes to that guy in the White House. That's just really my hard opinion. So let's get into it today here on November 11th. First of all, happy Veterans Day to everybody, especially my favorite, the United States Marine Corps, 246th birthday yesterday. It's just an awesome day to get out there and thank those who are serving and those who did serve. Different from Memorial Day. Don't let them fool you in Washington with the wonderful services at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. But this is a day you thank those who have and are serving. It's a joyous day. Now, look, I am appalled at the first story today. The very first story is about veterans. And you're not going to believe this, but a veterans memorial was vandalized with obscene graffiti by some teenagers days before we honor all of those veterans who have served or are currently serving. It happened in Rock Falls, Illinois. So are we mad at the kids? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but they were kids out doing what kids do. You know who's really at fault? Our society and their parents. Their parents should be ashamed of themselves to even think that they did not teach those kids respect, the one thing we deeply lack in this country today. So get out there and respect our veterans. Okay. Black Lives Matters, they're back at it again. The leader of Black Lives Matter, co-founder, threatens riots and bloodshed on the streets of America, particularly in New York, if the mayor-elect, Eric Adams, reinstates NYPD's anti-crime units. That was in the Daily News UK. Now, can you believe that? Threatening violence again. Can you say Kyle Rittenhouse? Do you know what's going to happen with that? You want to talk about violence and riots on steroids? This is what's happening in America today, guys. Pray. Let's look at 10 states now. 10 states are suing to stop Uncle Joe from having his mandate policy for companies. 10 states. Of course, Joe still wants you to rat out your fellow employees who aren't getting that thing they're trying to sell us. It's just, I'm telling you, it's like Hitler during World War II, guys. It truly is. Now, yesterday on our show, The Future of America, on our full-length show, we had a wonderful Seattle policeman, Patrick McCurdy, talk about what happened to him when he stood up in Seattle and some of his brothers and sisters who were policemen. You're not going to believe what came out today. What came out today was that in Seattle now is so crime-ridden and dangerous that the city can't protect its own workers. They have to have armed security guards take them from their place of work to their cars, down to the ferry or down to a bus, anything. They have to be taken by an armed guard. That's because this city defunds the police department and they come up with this insane idea of this community policing. Bunk. Doesn't work. That's not the way you run a major city like that, especially a city like Seattle. So check out the show that we did with Patrick McCurdy yesterday. It's titled 911. Go there on the YouTube channel, check it out. You'll really love him. He's a man of God serving in uniform, and he's just being slammed. I can't think of a better way to put it than that. And then let's move on to Biden. Okay, you know I don't like Uncle Joe, but I got to tell you what he's done now. He has come out and said that Americans are not clever or smart enough to understand the supply chain debacle. Okay, I can understand it. It's really simple. There's a bunch of ships in port that can't get in because there's government regulations that won't let them in. They won't let the truckers move the product from the ports to our stores. And we have a head of transportation who, I don't know if he's the husband or the wife, but he goes out on maternity leave in the middle of it all. Talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. Talk about the world coming apart at the seams. And this idiot says we're not smart enough to understand it. And then the guy goes on to say that he finally concedes, like it's a bit like no one knows this, that his stimulus program, the stimulus checks, fueled the spike in inflation. Duh. Again, I don't think anyone in that administration, anyone at all in the administration, has had one single economics class. And now I want you to go to Steve Quayle's site, stevequayle.com. Steve did a Q alert on there that's very frightening. Walmarts across the country are being transformed with an oddity of what we would call prep foods, MREs, things like that, cordoned off from the public, saying you can't go down this aisle and you can't buy this stuff, while the rest of the shelves go bare. What's up with that? Think about it. We've been talking for years about preparing. If you haven't, now's the time. Get out there. Go to our website, click on the Simply Clean Foods button, and check out their prepared foods. You can go to Steve's site. He has some up there. I don't care where you go, doesn't matter, but get prepared. And if you do go to our site and you click on Simply Clean Foods logo down underneath where it says sponsors, when ordering from them, if you use the code HTW, you'll get a discount on anything that goes on. So, it's like hard. I mean, we have one more story that I want to cover in the time that we have left. And this one, well, two more actually. Hang in there, guys. This one really fries me. It's come out that the richest Americans may get a tax cut 10 times bigger than the middle class under Biden's spending plans. There's a new study that shows that. But what do? What we do is we stand up, we make our voices be heard. We do what they did. They were loud and they were bold. And we as conservatives, especially Christian conservatives, sat back and we didn't let our voices be heard. So get out there and let's get your voices heard. Now, last, my favorite target these days, Gavin Newsom. He's that guy in California that disappeared and comes back and says, well, I disappeared because I wanted to take my kids trick-or-treating. He did actually have that thing booster right before he disappeared for 10 days. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, think about it. But what he's doing now, he has extended the state of California's emergency order, the largest emergency order due to the pandemic, that it's longer than it's ever been before, and he extends it. I'm sorry to all of you who live in California. I know you're going through a rough time, but I'm sorry, really sorry. California should have been under an emergency order for their politics 10 years ago. So that's what's going on. So listen, folks, that's what's going on in the headlines today. Thanks for tuning in to the, the evening report. where you'll get the truth and you'll hear the news in approximately 8 minutes or less. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you next time here on the Evening News.
To support the work of Hear the Watchmen, find a way to get involved, or learn more about upcoming events, visit our website at www.hearthewatchmenmen.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hear the Watchman Journey, and be sure to share our content on your social media. God bless you, and thanks for your prayers and support. And until next time, go be a watchman on the wall and declare all that God has shown you.